a notorious war criminal. According to the TRC, am I truly a war criminal? Have I been declared as such by the competent court?
Never.
No.
Never.
If the TRC was a book to be believed, the Election Commission will not give me accreditation to run.
Okay.
The Liberian Senate or different tribes, different representations will not elect me on web ballot to represent Liberia in the ECOWAS Parliament as the third deputy speaker. Okay? So the point you're making noise, the Honorable Larry Yonkwe, I understand when he's passing now, he passed the order because he can't do what I did. It's shame. Shame. You know?
So, Senator Johnson, why are you moved whenever the name TRC War Crimes Code is?
No, I'm not moved because
most often you talk about it.
You know why I talk about it? No. You have people in the law house who read the law upside down. Do you know the Constitution had never been taught? I'm 67, had never been taught in the Republic. In school, no. So you got more lawmakers who are bobo, who say they go to school but they don't read. Now, first thing, the TRC was never a court. What the TRC did after its establishment was to invite Liberians. I'm one of those that were invited. When I appeared from in the morning to 7:30 in the evening, what happened? They only asked me, whatever you will say here will not be used against you in a court of law. Just give your experience about the war. So is it my experience why I fought that you took to convict me and call me a notorious war criminal in your book? When you say a man is a war criminal, it means you have convicted him. So why are you looking for a war crime code now? Look for jailhouse and put me. Because after conviction, sentence. So you can't convict us. All those that appear before the TRC, we saw no one that complained that Prince Johnson did this or did that. It's the TRC explaining about people in the book. So is that a court?
Do you feel embarrassed being called war criminal?
Yeah, because you see, you can't destroy people's record. Reputation is hard or something. It's what they use to stigma me. So when I'm running for the presidency, they know I can win. So they use that to rape, they use that to blackmail. So if I can be president, I'm president of my university, I'm here. I'm ambassador for Christ.
But do you have intention of becoming president of this country?
Prince Johnson, our leader. Prince Johnson, our leader. Prince Johnson, our leader.
Why do you have intention of becoming president of this country?
Let me tell you this. I ran for president. Had I been the president, I would have done many things unusual. I would politically or legislatively break down the government through decentralization.
But you supported this government.
Listen, I'm not coming for that. I would have decentralized political governance constitutionally so that people can elect who govern them in the countries. I would have made good my promise. But people come to power, all government, all candidates come to lie. They use decentralization as a platform. When they get it, they don't because they want to centralize power. If I have been the president, I will focus on education also to make sure that those community colleges that are not standard, that are up to standard, a lot of things will be done, okay? But since I am not, you can't question God. But I'm glad that I'm ambassador of Christ and I own a university, a decent one, not bati chicken hut.
Over 50 of your colleagues have already signed.
No, listen.
Asking for the
listen,
to be established.
Listen. Those people are on the wrong part of history. The first thing, if there was to be a war crime court, it's not possible in Liberia.
Why?
One key thing, the Rome Statute. I went to Japan with Wale Duna and Laha Lasana. We brought it to Monrovia to have it ratified in 2003. It was after our war. So you cannot, it's not applicable to Liberia. That's one. Two, you have an amnesty law passed by the 51st legislature, granting amnesty to all factions in the republic who fought in the war. So you cannot have war crime court and amnesty in the same country. Amnesty for who? For all those who fought. Then you say war crime court. Why you didn't bring war crime court from Ghana?
So if they could have been established in...
It will not be established, so just leave that. It's a garbage. Don't even worry about that.
But why you feel so bitter about the issues of war crime code? There are many listed names.
No, I'm not bitter. But those who talking about it, they are stupid. because they don't have sense. They are stupid because they know there are legal instruments that prevent that from happening. But they turn it upside down. There are legal instruments. They are stupid, including Tewon Gonglo too.
What are some of those?
You know what? You know what? I just told you. There's an amnesty law. Listen. No. We didn't even invite them here, but they came. Leave them from the station that answer to me. Leave it.
Let's leave it.
The first thing, Tewon Gonglo is good. They are stupid. You know what? Those damn lawyers under Tewon Gonglo leadership should have kept mute until War Crime Code comes. When it comes, then we who will be implicated will look for a lawyer among them to represent us. But when you lawyer go to Kakata and endorse War Crime Code, that means you are compromising yourself.
Yeah, Senator, you spoke this morning earlier with one of our sister radio. You said in 2 years you will be offering a bachelor's degree at this university.
Not 2 years, no. We are
in 2
opening.
years' time.
No, you didn't understand. You see, you listen, but you don't hear. That's what I say. People read. You know, the Ethiopia, was reading when the Spirit of God led Philip. Go to that Ethiopia, a big man from Ethiopia. He's reading from the book of Isaiah 53. But he doesn't understand. Go and teach him. So Philip went to him. He said, sir, excuse me, do you understand what you read? And the Ethiopian said, how am I going to understand if you don't interpret to me? So you need interpretation. You are the Ethiopian, Okay. I said we are opening, registration start January. We start with AA and BSc immediately. In 2 years after that, master. That you here, you will come. He's the president of the university, Dr. Gonza Mantari. Okay, so I only brought you for the development, but you want to talk politics, I will be the Yake Koloba, I will give it to you. Well, when I was in Nigeria, in exile, preparing to come back home, I was contemplating on what to be done. What would be my contribution in the development of post-war Liberia? Okay. And so the Lord spoke to me that the war is over. I'm ordaining you to go and preach my word. After that vision, the second vision was seeing myself preaching to a larger crowd. In my vision, I was preaching to a very large crowd. And then when I woke up, the idea came to my mind to build an educational foundation. Okay. After war, people get traumatized. The war drove so many people into exile. Infrastructure broke down. So the way I would give back to my people was to establish the educational foundation and the PYJ Educational Foundation Scholarship Scheme, which is available now. We're sending many students from our school and other places to university. So we did a foundation in Monrovia, and a lot of people say, oh, this man is too discriminative. You see, he's from Nimba. He has neglected the people in Nimba. He built school in Monrovia. He don't care about his own people. But you see, Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, there's a time and a season for everything. What we did was for Monrovia. They didn't know that we got planned for the bigger picture. In Monrovia, we had 2 schools, elementary, junior, and senior high school, that is now overpacked, overcrowded with students, low school fees, qualified teachers. Those students pass the wire and watch.
So this project is a boost for Nimba and the people of Liberia?
A complete boost for Nimba. Charity begins at home. Okay? Nobody in this republic, the 15 political subdivision, nobody, no lawmaker, no presidential candidate has ever done this.
In terms of monetary value,
but we're still building. I said 5.5 million when we are completed, but we're still building.
But you work for $15,000 and you have $5.5 million project.
You know, go and I will refer you to not only the Apostle Paul who said the Lord shall supply all my needs, but go to Sam Barbecue. We went there, it was a small place. See what it is now. When your heart is captured by God's Spirit, you can do bigger things. This is God's word.
Are you doing some business apart from lawmaking?
I'm a senator, I'm a deputy speaker, and I have the right to get loan. I have properties in Monrovia. So with the property value you had, the bank gave you whatever loan, go to Echo Bank. I've been dealing with Echo Bank since 2005, since I came here.
With the high school in Monrovia, when did you build that high school and when it began to be a high school, by the way?
Well, the Mawa room is there. You go to church there, so when you go to church, only look there. The Mawa room, that place is dedicated to my mother, Maya Zwada Yedie, who was killed by the MPFL during the war. And this one is also dedicated to her. All the institutions we built dedicated to my mother, the Liberian children, the Nimba children, and so forth.
Let's talk a bit about your scholarship scheme in Liberia. How many students have you provided a scholarship?
We have about 50 right now. Many of them are from my school. Because when you graduate from the PYG Educational Foundation, you go to school, wherever you want to go to school. And those who are in the school there, who choose to be a member of the choir, they are all on a scholarship. They don't want you saw just now. They are all on a scholarship. Some have graduated. They go to different school, university.
So I guess there will be a first preference given to the citizens of Nimba when this university is open.
Definitely, that's why we put it here. I want to keep Amos. I visited the college. In fact, entering Upper City, I saw so many students with placards. And I discovered they were Nimbanians living in a country with fear because they go your business. Okay? With fear. So they want to offer BSc there. So if I have a school that offer AA and BSc, this kind of beautiful structure, beautiful foreign equipment, everything, qualified professors. In 2 years, will be master. Okay? They will come here. They will all come here.
But wow, do you have a competent librarian to face the chairs until you get imported?
Because I want to make the most modern. Look, the school in Monrovia, we got local armchairs, barely made, but expensive. But the chair we have now from the US, that no college got it here. You can only find similar thing perhaps to Blue Crest. It's about 20, 30 year guarantee, still.
Okay, let's talk a bit about your county, Nimba, that you happen to be the senator of. Let's talk about a bit about the Metro Steel money and how properly been used and been managed by the people of Nimba.
The government of Ellen being a crook, we never benefited. This government had never given us our money, they clear it.
Wow.
That shouldn't be. So we need to meet as a caucus, Nimba caucus, Bon County caucus, and Grand Baza caucus. We need to meet the president or do something for the new MDA that is coming so that the money can go straight to the counties. Because we're not benefiting.
But what is the cause? You are not benefiting?
Well, they put the money in escrow account and government goes there. I think you just heard recently how the government, this regime went to the donor funds. They took, you know what I mean? And so if they can do that, what about Nimba money? That's the first place they went to. So we can't get any benefit.
Have the lawmakers of Nimba been able to gather the citizen and disclose the information to them like telling us right on the TV?
I always say that. Doing preaching on Sunday, I mention it. People play here, they know. They know no county sitting anywhere in the country right now. Because you go to a county city, you come up with programs, then you access on the money through the PPCC, and care of development in the district. But nothing like that, all is gone.
We've overheard Tabitha Hospital has been looted by the government. Why the administration of Nimba, especially?
Well, the hospital staff didn't tell me. The last time they told me was one CT scan was to be taken away, and the president called me, and I told him, no.
Have you done due diligence since then?
They didn't take it again. But what they did, they allowed one CT scan to be taken away to Phoebe, and they didn't tell me. They had told me we'll stop it. But they took it away, it stayed long. Then when they came to take the second one, that one they said, let me tell the woman. Then the president called me, then the VP called me, and I said, I think we should take money and buy. It's about $75,000 or $100,000. That's what we can buy. So we take one from Nimba, dismantle Jackson Doe to build other hospital. So I said no.
You supported this government with your heart, and this government paving road.
My man, if we didn't support the government.
What about from here to the referral hospital?
If we did not support this government, Ellen was bent on doing what she wanted. That's the truth. Before the elections, Ellen had secret meeting in her house with all the magistrates from the counties and the commissioners. I brought about this on the air, but nobody knew it and nobody wanted to take part with me. So I kept quiet because each person thought it was in their favor. Communists thought maybe that it was in his interest. Maybe Bronskin thought the same way. Maybe Boyka thought the same way. But when she went to the UN after the meeting, and she told the UN that she wanted generational change, that when they came to themselves, because we are all old people, right? So that when they realized that they were going to be a different person, not us. So when it came, we had a meeting in Ganta. I called a meeting. All the opposition parties, I sponsored the meeting. That the person who will be in the league, we should support. And our objective was to get UP out. But when Usan and George were in the league, other group refused to join. They went to join the very UP we sent to kick out the power, Boyka. So I kept my promise. You must be a promise keeper. A demonic character will not keep promise.
So how do you feel about working with this government, in this government as well?
It's my making. I gave my support for 6 years, and I'm watching Kinley, and I've asked all opposition parties to disregard demonstration, December 1st or whatever. Let us all sit and watch and see how we move toward 2023. The re-election of this government will depend on the dividend of democracy that Nimba County will reap. Because the role here is not us. It was initiated by Ellen. We know that. The Logwato and this one, and the Ganta Yekepa, it was initiated. But what we're doing now is to remind them that what the previous government signed, please live by it. So we didn't sign it, it was signed before. So what we want is prioritize Nimba, relocate the Ganta, the Sanakoli Hospital from the train track, relocate the market or renovate the market in Sanakoli, do the market in Ganta, you know what I mean? These are projects we might benefit from. Don't come to talk about Logwato Road because of the past government.
Before we take leave of you this afternoon, you have contested for presidency 2 times and lost. 2023 is coming, and you might be contesting for senator. So how are we going to compromise that you still have the hope of contesting for presidency?
No, I will go to the Senate. Because you know what? I see this. 2023, it will be Rick.
Rick?
Yes.
What makes you think so?
Prophetically speaking, I'm a man of God. I'm a man of God. It's not something I'm seeing by this government. I say it will be Rick.
By this government.
By this government, to remain in power. Okay? And that will bring the government and the civilians into confrontation. So if I run for president, it is Rick, I will lose both the Senate and the presidency.
So did you see the end of that vision? What will happen if it is rigged?
I see some confusion between civilians and people. I see more demonstration, I see more chaos. I'm a man of God.
The citizens are crying every day, libraries how? Why are all the lawmakers?
If it don't happen, what I tell you, don't believe me.
Why are the policy of putting in place to make things good for the citizens who put you in offices?
Well, we do our best, we advise, but you cannot take the horse to the river and force it to drink. Because if I were president, I would prioritize salaries. Salary put food on the people's table. It made a civil servant to buy things to the market, money goes around. But look how we the senator 4 months we haven't gotten paid. The first of this kind of thing.
Are you disappointed?
We're going back to Taylor's Day.
Are you disappointed?
I'm supposed to be disappointed when my people are crying. Copper rent in Nimba County expensive, burger rent high. So if you want us to vote for you, we are prepared. But the first time we cry, then we will continue to cry on the second time. That the cry will continue until 2023. It will make us change our mind because I won't be stupid to come to Nimba and say, let's vote for the simple. They will throw me off. They will throw me off.
So you feel comfortable of being senator?
Yes, what God said, I will be a man. Because I tell you, there was massive rigging during this going election. My school, look at my children here, we can see. My wife and my children. We went to my school to vote. I didn't get one vote from there. So my wife betrayed me. I betrayed myself. $1 million stimulus package and mop-up exercise. I sat down and I listened to every speaker. When Senator Dillon got up to speak, he talked about Walk-Around Court. Walk-Around Court must come. Looking at me directly. Then the pro tem said to him, that's not what we are discussing here. So when he got through talking whatever he wanted to say, he took a seat. So I asked the speaker, the pro tem, to speak, and he allowed me to speak. But gentlemen, I want Senator Dillon and Mr. Mo Ali, who spoke on Truth FM yesterday concerning this same thing, even went to the extent of mentioning me with Chris, one Chris on Truth FM. I want them to know that Senator Johnson is a revolutionary. I'm not afraid of Walk-Around Court. But if you want to bring Walk-Around Court to Liberia on the basis of the TRC, then I will tell you plain blank no. Why? Because the TRC is full of irregularities, fraud, that brought division among the ranks and file of the components of the TRC Commission. One of the, you talk about justice for victims, but justice is also for the would-be perpetrator, because you got to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that what you are accusing the man of, that truly he committed those acts. But there was a division amongst the commissioners within the commission. What brought the division? Several factors brought that division. One key factor that sent Chairman Jerome Verdier, running for his life is the exposure, documentary exposure of a secret deal, putting aside the position of the Liberian people at home and abroad. That document which he put aside leaked to us when the commissioners who differed from him broke away from the main body. What that document has to do with? When the TRC was commissioned, they were funded with taxpayers' money, and the international donors also contributed immensely to enable the TRC to conduct a national and international referendum to all countries where Liberians reside, to find out from them whether they want Walk-Around Court or they want TRC. Do they want retributive or restorative? So they were funded with taxpayers' money, and they were given donor funds to carry out their work for about pretty close to 3 years. At the conclusion of their work, when they compiled the voluminous report into a booklet form called TRC, in that voluminous TRC book, something great is absent. That is the referendum that was conducted by the TRC in the 15 counties and in the diaspora. When they decided as commissioners of the TRC to go to the counties and in the diaspora to conduct their referendum as to know the ratio of people who want Walk-Around Court and who want restorative justice, they did not include the 73 lawmakers from the lower house. Neither did they include the 30 senators. They said many of us took part in the war, so they didn't need us. So they went behind us to our respective countries. The question is, where is the result of that referendum? It should be included in the voluminous report, because that's the position of the Liberian people. That is a real referendum. Not the people who they gave transcript to go on the radio, one walk around code. No, that is not a referendum. So when the commissioners broke away from the colleagues, they did write the dissenting position to the Liberian legislature and attach the reports of the referendum. 85% of the Liberian people say no to retributive. They say yes to restorative, that means they want TRC. 15% say they want walk around court. Because the Liberian people spoke their mind and their position, Verdier removed that from the voluminous report and kept it in a special cover, not knowing that there will be a division amongst them. So before the division could come, those commissioners who did not like what Verdier did extracted the report and sent it to us. We have it. So justice was not done to the Liberian people whose money was used for the referendum at home and abroad. So it was a fraud. And again, you have Poebu, who broke away. You have Sheikh Afoma Cornell, who broke away. You have Dolope, who was a co-chair to Verdier, who descended from the group. You have Reverend Dr. Jerry Coleman on one side against Jerome Verdier, John Stewart, and Massa Washington. So where is the report? Where is the report? When the four that broke away from the group wrote their own incriminatory position statements, which I will call you on another day to bring all to you. Okay? So we're not afraid of war crime court, but if it has to do with the basis of the TRC, then it has fraud. It has fraud. And they know it. Why did the commission break into two? Why was there division among the commission members? Because there were fraudulent acts that were carried out that the other commissioners did not like. And they unveiled all the documents to the legislature, because I'm the oldest senator here by tenure. I have all the documents in my safe. The American ambassador to the TRC also defected and wrote his own position. So the TRC was sent to International Human Rights Group, that is Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, is in Library Congress. It's all over the world. Nobody around the world is talking about this. Only Liberians, when they take a tie, they do something, they just talk out hatred or emotion or jealousy. Nobody is afraid. Dylan says they all the time and try to provoke me. I say I'm the only man who fought here. Yes, I fought. Why did I fight? But I blood tested to fight? No. You all know the story about Nimba people. The people of Nimba got no arms. They are civilians. But for a government at that time to declare Nimba County as enemy of the state and deploy all deadly weapons, MOAs or tanks to Nimba, when they declare you enemy of the state, you are bound to be eliminated. So they were slaughtering of our people, so we had to fight in defense. When the war is finished, we rebuild. When the war is finished, we reconcile and move on with our life. But if you want a war crime court, the way to bring about it is not to tease one person, not to provoke one person. You are a senator, Dylan is a senator rather, put your communication on the floor of the Senate for debate, and let it be passing the law to bring a war crime court. Then you have to repeal the first law that the legislature passed. I think the 23rd legislature or 22nd legislature, they passed that law for general amnesty. That would be a different ball game. But you cannot be teasing me, provoking me. And you who provoking me, you were with Taylor those days in Banga and in Buchanan. And Senator Lawrence, Yombi Kanga Lawrence, was with Cyril Allen. They all were there those days fighting with Berita. And you come here and try to tease me. So that's what I want to clear. I fought, yes, I fought. If you got any charge against me before the formation of the War Crime Code, go to the criminal court. Liberia has a criminal code, right? Go to the criminal court and sue me. Let me be summoned. Anybody in Liberia that got case against me from 1990, you feel I committed atrocity, take me to the criminal court. And I will appear. But the Liberian Senate is a house of elders. It is not good for us to provoke each other and leave national issue. He was talking about 25 million, Mapa 25 days, that's good. But where was he when the $30 million disappeared from Noka and the former president said she was responsible? He never mentioned anything. He wants justice, yes. Where was he when Harry Greaves was killed, allegedly killed, and they said he drowned? Kennedy Hotel area there. Then they found the body to the mansion. Can you drown, drive up fee, highway, then your body is found to the mansion? I don't know. That's a miracle. So there are a lot of national issues that happen here. He made no comment. But to provoke somebody like me, I'm saying to him, he should stop and do his appropriate document to the Liberian Senate for debate. Then I will now teach all of them, like I said today. I will bring the entire document from the whole TRC you may not have. I will bring it. I will make copy for all. There is no TRC book. That's why Vodia ran away from here. The TRC itself, let me say this to you, in our jurisprudence, if you are seen killing somebody with gun, you are in the less murderer. But the TRC from its beginning to the end, it say, I'm a murderer. We are murderer. I'm a notorious war criminal. So why you have stayed the news? They've already have convicted me. They are rendering me guilty. So what you need to do is to look for the jailhouse and put me, and not even talk about war crime court. All right? Then you praise Bodnike, Joshua Blai, who appeared before the TRC and said he killed 20,000 Liberians. Who were those Liberians? Nimbanians and the sympathizers with medicine. Then how many people did he kill with the guns? Say he was a battalion commander. He was a gun-toting man with a group. So if you got the power to kill people, 20,000 people with juju, then how many people did you kill? By the way, was the TRC mandated to acquit anybody? No, we were all invited to appear. And when you appear before the TRC, that's why I make it a book of document. When you appear before the TRC, the introductory remarks from the chairman Vodia was, any statement you made here will not be used against you in any court of law. So we invite you to give your automatic story, your experience. So my experience about the word that I gave is what they taken to convict me. That's not wrong. That's against our law. That's why Paul Booth took this TRC to the Supreme Court. I have the ruling on the Supreme Court copy. Paul Booth took the Supreme Court, the TRC to the Supreme Court, and Vanny Sharma also took the TRC to Supreme Court when they banned Ellen Johnson, my man, as Salif from running for 30 years. You're not a court. How will you ban people? You're not a court. How will you say I'm a notorious criminal? You're not a court. How do you call somebody a murderer? There is nothing like allege. Everything is murderer. Is that what our law says? No one is guilty until proven so through the competent court of jurisdiction. So if you bring in the TRC and a war crime court on the basis of the TRC, then it's condemned. You got to start all over. Okay? Through whatever media or through whatever instrument you can use to establish a war crime code away from the TRC, so be it. But we are after development, and you can see my hand work in Nimba. I'm for peace, I'm not here for trouble. But since Mo Ali also attacked me on the same thing on the radio, I text him. I said, you got to read the history. You got to do research before you talk. Okay? And he texted me back to say, I understand. So if that was you plan to do the one I was supporting Nimba, Nobody, Liberty Party, Unity Party, will never ever get one support from Nimba. We always support George Weah. Okay? Because George Weah is a man of peace. Alright? The Congo people stole our money, Bay House, Pink Avenue, Broad Street, America, all over, or because they bought Bay Party House here. So it's a row. Then you call me criminal, right? So the row and the criminal will connect to support each other. Now I tell you, Nimba County will never, they already heard what happened here. It's on the Facebook. They will never, you see, they do this thing and they come to my house in the night, they talk to me. Liberty Party been to see me, Unity Party been to see me, but I am stable in my mind. So I just call you to let you know, we are not afraid of the TRC or War Crime Code, but the TRC cannot be used as a basis for War Crime Code. What did the Liberian people say during the referendum? In conclusion, 85% say no to War Crime Code, 15% say yes. That means the generality of our people have spoken, right? Then why Voidier did not include that report of the referendum for which he used the Liberian people money and donor funds? Why he did not include the result of that referendum in the report? Why was he extracted? He removed it and imposed his will. But a secret leak when the other commissioners took it from behind him and attached it to a letter to the Liberian legislature. That's why I call you. So let Dillon keep the peace here. You want to discuss War Crime Code? Do a letter on the floor, and then some of us who will be interested to make comment, I'll be speaking documentarily. Okay? I'll be speaking documentarily to debunk what he will be saying. But don't just be talking when you see me on the floor. Anytime he sees me, he walk around co. I don't like that. Thank you very much.
Okay, Senator Johnson, my name is Glemen Toure. I report for Cool FM and Cool TV in Pinsville. With the question, I got a few for you. Firstly, you spoke about Senator Dillon always provoking you when it comes to the issue of War Crime Code.
Yeah, when he sees me enter the Senate.
This question, you was heard speaking on the floor of the chambers of the Liberian Senate that no matter what happens, there will be no court to be established here. Could you mind to give further clarification because of the provocations?
I didn't get you. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I said you were heard when during the heated argument, you were heard as saying that.
Oh yeah, yes. No court will come here. I was in Togo. The late Laha Lassana was there. Former Representative Wale Dona went there. We represented Liberia. We went on a big conference, Parliamentarians for Global Action in Japan, for 2 weeks. The Rome Statute was discussed there. That's the Rome Statute that brought about the RCC in the Netherlands. So we from the Sub-Sahara, we brought the document to be ratified by our respective parliaments, okay? And we ratify it when our war has finished a long time. So once we ratify it long before our war, it's not retroactive. That is the truth. It's not retroactive. And when the politicians were clamoring for War Crime Code, pushing Mr. Weah, bring this, the government did send a communication to the Hague to ascertain the truth whether Liberia is on the docket. Liberia is not on the docket because Liberia ratified the Rome Statute long before our war. So it's not going to come here.
Okay, Senator Manis, Yanti Togo, I report for OKFN. This year you make a claim that Senator Dillon was there in Baza, Buchanan, specifically supporting the lives of
oh yeah, they were there those days.
So, how true is this information?
They were there those days. I'm saying the truth. I'm a combatant. I'm a former general. I'm a revolutionary. I got a whole history. I know who all that. But on the basis for which I only talk in passing. What I call it for is the provocation, provocative statement he makes when he sees me.
Just to a follow-up to the first question, what had this caused you, the provocation from Senator Dillon? Has it caused any psychological effect?
You know what it does? If you do the writing and put it on the floor for discussion, for debate, that's fine. But when you single me out, you know what I do to my mind? It brings a reflection of the 300 baby of my children that don't mean the world. It bring the reflection of the massacre of the Lutheran Church. It bring to my mind the massacre of the Greystone compound. As much as we fight to forget it, you try to make me like a killer, and you forget to know why I fought. It brings to my mind. It provokes me. But if it is debated, honestly, by the House of Elders, by the lower house, that's beautiful. That it makes me bring my record on board. But you don't single me out. It reminds me of what happened to my children. Because every decoration day, I go to Duper Road where they done the 300 babies upside down alive. I go to Lutheran Church where they massacre our people in the house of God. I go to Greystone compound. I don't lay reef there because the U.S. Embassy is there now. But it brings to my mind. And that can provoke me to walk to you and speak to you. And I don't want.
Okay.
If you just put your document in full for debate, that's good. But if you provoke me and my mind reflects on the past, I can walk to you and it will be good for you. I don't want it.
Okay, Senator Johnson, my name is...
We should not intimidate each other in the place.
Okay, my name is James Samuel Goode Flomo. I report for Spoon FM and Spoon TV. I overheard you earlier, you talk about not being a convicted war criminal, but people keep calling you war criminal, murderer. And you said if they think that you did, they should take you to court. What are you going to do since you are not a convicted criminal?
In your own mind.
I'm coming. What are you going to do since you are not, and you were not convicted by
But
any court in Liberia?
Am I?
People keep calling you with this name.
Am I a convicted criminal?
What are you going to do?
By the TRC, I'm convicted.
What are you going to do if these people keep calling you war criminal? Are you going to take legal action against some of them because you want to set their reputation straight? And again, I'm coming, Senator. With this issue with the legislature, it has been the issue of time since you guys came back from the war. This has been the problem. Are you going to bring a communication forward since you believe that war crimes court should come, but not the fraudulent, according to you, the fraudulent TRC report? Are you going to bring a communication to cut all matters short?
You know why? When it is done legally, those documents I have are considered by me to be bazookas. Bazookas are artillery. Where the infantry face a hit, those documents are my strong backing. Anyone who looks at it, you just tell the TRC paper. So we keep those papers confidentially until the appropriate time. But other than that, they just noise makers here. I hear people talking on radio. I hear people talking a lot here. I don't respond sometimes to them. Sometimes on the pulpit, I mention something in passing. But in the House of Elders, we deal with law. The House of Elders, a member of the House of Elders, should not be like somebody out there. You may be an activist, but when you are here, you're no longer an activist, you are a lawmaker. So you got to act maturely. If you look at the report, you know our law. You are not a criminal. You are not a murderer until you are put on trial. But the TRC convicted everyone who appeared. And in our law, there is no defender if there is no accuser. Accused. You accuse somebody, the man you accuse is a defender. Then the accuser, with all the accuser, there is no defender. So when we enter before the TRC, we saw nobody to say, Prince Johnny did this to me. They only say, tell your story. Look here, we are in Liberia, country of law, not men. We cannot tolerate that foolishness they wrote. And that's why the commissioner divided themselves. Have you read the discerning report of the honor commissioners? It's damaging. It exposed Vadia. How many were there on the commission? Were they 7? Against 7. 4 against 3. So the majority were against the minority. And they wrote their damaging report using for their own communication. And another time I will call you, I will not bring their own position statement. I will bring for their own TRC, which he saw during the acknowledgement column. How he implicated the commission. So we'll discuss that more. Okay. But it is that we should be developing our nation and moving forward. not to be picking at me. I promise they don't today. If you pick at me, because I'm a pastor now, and quiet in session, I'm not quiet. I'm a tough talking, tough action man. I'm not quiet. Don't pick at me. So I'm going to move from here to the pro-tem, to advance the pro-tem, to advancing. Do your communication on the flow. Bring work around code issue. Let it be holistically discussed. I was not in Ghana. I didn't stop them from bringing work around code. They brought the TRC.